Tom here, FlipAnything USA, so author of Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. And today we're going to take a look at Thach, Nguyen, how to use the 2023 recession to get rich. He caught my eye because Thach here has a similar background to myself. He's a builder and a developer and a seasoned investor. He's been doing it for 30 years. I've been doing it like for 41. He's in a different part of the country, so that's interesting. I also like that in the very beginning, I just heard a little of this, but he mentioned fake gurus. You guys know I'm hard on fake gurus. I don't like people going out there professing to have more experience than they do. I'll give you my comments and we'll review it.
Stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all of the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.
If you just got here, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, but mainly hit that subscribe button. I've been doing this for 41 years, made tens of millions of dollars doing it. I am an active investor. That's why you don't see me on here all the time. Usually hair's a mess and everything else just because I really am in the field and working. In fact, I got a crew outside the door here right now. Let's get on with this. We'll watch Thach here. I'm going to play him high speed. I'm going to start him at double speed here and so understand that he doesn't talk this fast.
The market is down. Here's my advice on what you should do in 2023, how to combat this recession. I was telling my team this, and I was telling a whole bunch of my Springboard students this the other day. I'm going to tell you from my experience on being in this business now for 32 years. I'm still a very full-time active realtor on the street. I'm an active seasonal investor. I'm a developer, and I'm a builder in real time today. I know a lot of...
So I appreciate his experience because I have the same. And so he's actually one of the few people, I'm the only people, let me put it this way, he's the first person I've seen on YouTube that has my experience, or at least he says he does, and I've got no doubt to believe him, but let's check it out.
Realtors. I know a lot of investors. I know a lot of developers and a lot of builders from commercial down to residential in this industry. I have a lot of friends that are bankers in traditional lending and a lot of hard money lending. And we've been talking a lot. And let me tell you what I have realized. And here's what a lot of the gurus are not telling you. Either A, they don't want you to know, or B, they don't know themselves because they're not on the street like me in real time. Right now, I think that is a good time to buy. And everybody and every guru will tell you it's not a good time to buy. But let me tell you why. I'm a big believer that this rest of the 2023 interest rates are going to be still high and the homes that are nice.
I think it's a little bit of a blanket statement to just say it's a good time to buy. Listen, it's always a good time to buy. It doesn't matter if things are on fire or if they're in the dumps or on the way down or on the way up. It's always a good time to buy. But this is a time when you got to be especially careful. A lot of people, anybody's a rock star in an ascending market when things are going up. If you're not experienced investor, you definitely got to be particularly careful because more people are more desperate. People lie to you and everything else. I always say never trust anybody that's selling you something. That includes an agent. That includes a seller on the property. But look, I just bought a property. Look, I lived it. I sold one this morning. I just closed one this morning for $403 that I paid $297 for. I've got another one in escrow that I'm closing on the 14th. I paid $300. I'm selling it for $369,000. So you can, but let me just tell you, it is a declining market. So whatever you buy, it's always a good time to buy. You just got to buy under market. So let's keep watching.
And move condition is going to continue to keep dropping in value. But I'm a big believer on investment property, fixer-up property, land development property. These property are getting lower and lower, and I'm starting to see right now in Seattle, I can't speak for other area, but I can tell you as I talk to other people, they're telling me similar things. In Seattle, I'm noticing that fixer houses in certain area and certain you can do with it. It's either get close to bottom out, some of them is already bottomed out. I see land that I'm involved in right now that can be developed into multi-units in an apartment building. I see some of these property now, prices have gone down massively, and I see some.
So he's in Seattle. I actually have one of my students in Portland. He just bought probably $1.2 million property for $350,000. He's got to do a little value add. He's got to put about $70,000 to $100,000 in it. But he's already got it rented for $14,000 a month. Paid $350,000. He's going to have less than $450,000 in it. $14,000 a month, and he's already got this thing leased. And he's just got a little bit of work to do before they come in and take occupancy.
Some of them right now that also bottom out also. I'm gonna give you a bunch of examples. Here's an example. I get a call from a builder maybe about a month ago. And this builder has over $30 million. They build a lot of multi-unit in Seattle. And he called me, he's like, yo, bro, I wanna buy some deal right now. I wanna buy these townhouse sites and I wanna get plan the permit for them. And I know it takes about a year to get plan the permits, which is perfect timing. I'm gonna sell some of them, we'll plan the permits, I'm gonna build some of them. And I asked him, why are you buying right now when everybody else is not buying them? And he says to me, and when he said this to me, it reminded me of what Warren Buffett says. Warren Buffett says this: be fearful when people are greedy and be greedy when people are fearful. He said right now that the price of land has dropped a lot, probably over 20-30% in Seattle. I seen it. I've developed in Seattle. I see the price going down. Same price that you can buy a 6,000 square lot where you build 8 townhouses, you can sell for about 1.2. You can buy those right now for probably $800,000. $400,000 off. That's a big.
Also also one of the things Warren Buffett says is you got to be really patient. It's always, he said, you should always invest, but he'll also tell you that he'll stand there like a batter. You know, there'll be 6,000 pitches go by before he takes a swing. So you got to really weigh that against everything as well. In other words, you really got to pick a winner. If you're going to buy something, especially right now, you got to be more careful right now. Here's the problem. Interest rates are going up. When interest rates are going up, property values go down because the money costs more. People don't use their head. They usually, when they say how much, or I don't know if I can afford it, they're talking about how much a month, right? I want to know what's it worth, and then I want to buy it for about 35% minimum under what it's worth today. So, and I don't want to buy it, I want to buy it 35% of what it's worth and then put money in it and make it worth more. I want to buy it for 35% under what it's worth today, always based on today's market.
Drop. He says to me, so one, price has gone down a lot, and I don't believe it's going to go down that much farther, but I'm going to test it. Second, he says that over 50%, in his opinion, which I believe also, builders, I'm going to add to that.
Okay, now, so look, he's been doing this for 30 years. One thing Thach hasn't seen that I have seen is the downturn before that, and also actually maybe he caught a part of it. If he goes 30 years back, 30 years back, he just missed it again. See, there was a big downturn that it was really terrible. This is like in the 80s. I bought a 34-unit apartment building. I paid $340,000 for it. But here's the history of that apartment building. That apartment building had sold for $1.2 million, went back to the bank, sold for $750,000, went back to the bank. This is what during things going down. Somebody bought it again for $550,000. It went back to the bank again. And then I bought it for $340,000. I sold it for $1.8 million. So I made, over $1 million on that deal. But the thing is you can have things go down, and guess what? They can take another big step down. It's not, just understand that.
That flippers, investors buying to keep, over 50% of these people are out of business or soon to be out of business. Right now, there's people that's literally out of the game. They're not even on the field no more. Over 50%, which causes him not to have multiple offer when he's competing against trying to buy a property from the seller. I remember I used to sell.
Yeah, that's actually the truth. You know what? There's actually real estate agents are leaving quicker than they're joining. They're paying up their license. They don't want to pay their fees. They don't want to pay their dues because they're not even making enough money they're just like, this is too tough, and they're hanging it up. So the agents are going away. Of course, the buyers and investors are going away. They're running out of money, or sometimes some of them screwed up. Some have already plowed their money into like a big apartment building and stuff like that. And believe me, it's not a great place to be right now. Apartment buildings are going down, even though the rents haven't gotten shook up yet. You watch, they're gonna go down, and you're gonna see vacancies, and you're gonna see problems, and you're gonna see stuff going back to the bank. I made a killing on properties that I bought from the bank. And so I've seen it firsthand. 34-unit apartment building I mentioned is one that I bought directly from the bank. Things will and can get much worse, and interest rates can go much higher. You can't believe the news because half the people on the news told what to say, and there's a lot of influence out there where people are trying to make it better than it is so they can get rid of their inventory. So, and that could be of all kinds of things. Let's keep listening.
Sell him land where we find a piece of property. The owner has 10 other postcards, 10 other people say, I give you X amount of money. I'll be any offer. And when he buys them, he got to compete. He got to pay 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand over on a lot with 8 townhouses in Seattle. And so he said right now, over 50% of these guys are out of business, got no money, can't even get bank financing. And so there's no competition for me out there right now either, so I can get a better deal. And so he says to me, he believes that the market in 2024, rates is going to start coming down. Him and I both talk about the fear factor of buyers now is going to come back on and going to start buying again. When people start buying new construction again, on houses again, then the demand for supply of new construction is going to get more and more. And then that's when he see a lot of the builders are going to come back in the game and they want to start buying property. When they come back into the game in 2024, here are their two options. One, they could buy a piece of raw dirt, pay a little more for it than it is if they buy it now. But then you got to wait a year to get plan and permit in Seattle. That means they made no money in 2022, they made no money in 2023, and they damn well don't want to make no money in 2024. So what is the option if they don't want to actually wait? The other option is buy a site that already got plan and permit for a premium. That's someone who already bought it.
Yeah, so what he's describing is, listen, I've sold what we call paper lots. I'll take a property and I'll take it to the point of development, actually a couple different variable spots between buying the land and having it ready to dig. Rezone big properties. In fact, I rezoned 50 acres into multifamily property, and I made a lot of money on that. I made over $2 million on that piece of land. The only thing I want to caution you about is I'm not so convinced the market's going to be better in 2024. I think that's what he said. One of the best things he's talking about right now is, this is the whole beauty of buying property and buying existing property, is that it's already done. It's already paid for. It's already, or buying one that's ready to dig on. Even all the plans are done. You can start developing today. That is an advantage. But again, one of the things you got to weigh that against is that when we're going into a downturn, there's many opportunities to buy property for less than it costs to build. So when you have a property you buy and they're going to build brand new, when you got an opportunity to buy properties that are brand new, that are gone under, and then you can buy them for less than they cost to build, much less. It's like getting the land for free. You can get the building for less than what it costs to build the building. The land is free when it gets that bad, and I've seen it that bad, and I think it's going to get that bad in a lot of places. Let's keep watching.
And got paying the permits, and they got to pay a premium. And when they buy it for a premium, instead of making, let's say, $100,000 on profit per townhouse, they might only make $75,000 profit on a townhouse. If it's a 8-unit site, let's call it, they make it 600 grand plus in profit. 600 grand is better than sitting out in 2024 and make no money for your paying the permits. And so my friend, this builder, says, look, I know 2024 market's coming around, because he also and I will both believe that for the last 4 decades I've been in this business, there's a cycle called the 10-year cycle. And it says every 8 to 10 year, the market go up, and then it always corrects itself 2 years. It takes 2 years for the correction, and it goes.
Yeah, listen, I've never seen an exact perfect cycle. So, I mean, I agree you can say in roundabout terms that's so, but, there's a lot of different things that have effed up the market at different times. So I don't have his confidence about things coming back in every 10 years. And if that's true, then we're 10 years out from today, right? But the bottom line is it's always a good time to invest. It's always a good time to invest. And when things are kind of neutral or growing, it's a little bit better, because then you can buy, and then if things are continued to go up, you buy it right, you buy it under market, then you can think, well, maybe I'll hang on to this for a while it goes up a little more. But you always have to be cautious of the market freezing and then going back down. But right now we're definitely in a decline. So you got to be careful, but you can buy land. And listen, I'm looking at land. I just bought a $2.5 million piece of land myself for development. It's prime, but I bought it under market. I bought it, like I said, I bought it at that sweet spot, way under market.
Again, this happened. This time around is the 4th time it happened since I've been in business. The first correction was 2022. 2023 is the second year correction. That means that 2024 is going to start going back to normal. So he's prepared himself right now because he got money. He's buying when nobody can afford to buy. He's buying when everybody else is out of the game. Seller knows right now that the market is down. They see in the media. They know they ain't got a lot of letter out their front door. So if they really want to sell, especially now after the holidays, if they really want to sell, sellers got to take what they can get. If there ain't multiple offer and the man's best offer is $800,000 on a lot that used to have a 1.2 million, they got to sell, they're going to take it. Now, if my friend chose to make an offer 700 and the seller go, no, man, that's way too low for 1.2 million, and they finally meet somewhere 800,000, in his mind, he still thinks it's a good deal because it's a big discount. He's willing to do that right now. He's not gambling. He's going after the stats, the 10-year cycle. This is the second time he done this. He done this when we came out of the 2010 market, when that market also collapsed. And he did the same thing. So he's buying these properties at a major discount because seller got to sell, no competition. And
listen, the biggest people just make bigger mistakes. So while I respect his opinion on this, I'm not so enthused about buying land, especially if somebody new. Listen, land is a game for the rich. When I own land, and I've owned big land, and I have this fair amount right now. It eats you. It just sits there and eats you. You pay taxes on it, unless you buy it right and you can flip it. If you're kind of new in real estate, I would tell you just stick to stuff that has a structure on it. And, a structure, even if it's a tear down, it has value as a tear down because you can add on to it because it's existing. It's easier to get a permit to add on to something than it is to start anew. Let's keep watching.
he's buying these, and he's doing 2 things. First, he's asking the seller, will you not close on the deal until I get permits? And I give you a $100,000 earnest money check after I waiver the feasibility. Seller's like, God damn, $100,000, 200 grand up front? Okay, I take it. Because the guy changed his mind, I'm taking this big ass amount of money. If they don't because they need the money, then he'll cash them out. And he probably end up getting the price even cheaper if he does that. Then he spends his own money getting planning permits. And then when 2024 comes around, he got a whole bunch of land with permits ready for sale for all the builders coming back in that don't want to wait. And he's selling them for premium. Just that alone, he's going to kill it again. And then he's going to take the best property in the best location in Seattle, and he's going to build it and make a kill on that too. This is
Well, I hope he does a video on that, showing this guy's profits. I have serious doubts that's going to happen. Let's keep watching.
what's happening in real time behind the curtain. Unless you're a developer like me, an investor or a realtor that's working with a developer in real time on the street, you will never know. The media will never know because the media will only write a story once it's already out in the public. Now, why I say some of the guru won't tell you this? Because unless the guru is actually like me, who is a realtor in real time, who's working with developer and investor in real time, who is buying land, rental property, fixer-upper. I'm doing all of it, and I got Fran doing the same thing. I got Baker doing the same thing.
Yeah, so look, I have all of his qualifications, except I've been doing it a little longer. He's a likable guy, and I think he's pretty good. But I don't think that is, I don't think 2024 is going to be the success that he seems to be portraying it to be. Not dead set on those cycles being the same as he thinks they're going to be, but it hasn't been my experience.
Unless you're doing it in real time like me and all my friends right now, you wouldn't even know. And if a guru don't do all this, they can't tell you. All they can tell you right now is the market's going down, which I agree with them, the market's going down, because home prices that are nice houses are going down. But we're not talking about those type of property. I'm talking about value add property. I'm talking about property you can force value. These are the type of property that investor are buying. I got a friend buying an apartment right now for a massive discount because the rental market is down. When the rental market is down, it adjusts the net operating income, which adjusts the sales price of the apartment building. So if a seller or the owner apartment have to sell, they got to sell it for what it's worth because the rent is low. I know. I own a bunch of rental property, single family and multifamily, and I'm not selling right now because I know I'm going to take a big hit because I don't need to sell. This is what the guru ain't telling.
So here's the thing. So look, we sound very similar. We're a little bit different. I'm not a realtor. I'm an active investor. I gave up being an agent a long time ago. I just did that for a very short while. The money's in investing. That's where the big money is. But I am a builder. I build homes and buildings and develop properties and all kinds of stuff. And the problem is when you're in times like this, like I say, you can buy property for less than construction cost. Believe me, it's an eerie feeling when you're looking at a building. You go, wow, I couldn't build the building for what I can buy it for. In other words, it's like the land is free. I'm talking about purely construction cost. And that is something that there's been a ton of that. It has happened. I mean, all over the country it's happened. And it's happening again. Things are going down. The bottom line is people are upside down and mortgages right now, and they're just kind of denying it. And it's going to get worse. And so he's saying he's holding his property. I'm not sure why he held. I just bought 2 or 3 properties here. I'm holding one of them because I got a $1 million place for $460, and I've got these other ones that I've just told you about that I sold, and those I'm still making money on in a declining market. But I bought them right. I bought them enough under market that even in a declining market, there's a margin of profit. And hey, for those of you just getting here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate, but also particularly hit subscribe. I like what I see here with Dan. A little disagreement about the optimism and with the land in 2024, and hey, maybe we'll watch a little more here.
Telling you because either A, they're not doing it like me, or they're telling you to stay away so that they can go in and buy all the deal that they can value add and force value for themselves. Because when over 50% of builders and investors and flippers are out of the game, the guy with money and the guy that understands it are buying it with no competition. They don't want no competition. Why am I telling you this shit? I don't give a shit. I'm a rebel. I got an abundance mindset. I believe there's enough for everybody out there to buy. But here's the other thing.
Yeah, well, I agree with him on that, and I do like that he's calling out fake gurus. Listen, I can't stand fake gurus. I'm interested in success for other people and helping them get there. And I've got a bunch of people that have done it. You can go to FlipAnythingUSA.com and you'll see I've got many testimonials, many millionaires now from just being in my class in the last 18 months. They've become millionaires while under my mentorship. So I'm very proud of that and urge you to go to FlipAnything USA and check that out. But hey, again, hit that subscribe button.